Supplementing. So what's the big deal about supplements? Well, for one, we need them, and for two, most of the supplement supply is pretty toxic and will probably have the opposite effect of what you were going for. So here's the deal about supplements, and I'm just a lay person. I just want you to know that I'm just some guy sitting in the back of the classroom chucking tomatoes at the chalkboard that mainstream average school of thought kind of people are trying to teach the rest of the world and polluting their minds with, which follows by polluting their bodies and their spirits. And people wonder why they're so broke in every way possible, not just financially. So specifically, let's just focus on supplements for a moment and take from this whatever you need, whether you agree or disagree. That's all good. After all, I'm just that lay person throwing tomatoes at a chalkboard. So supplements, gosh, the supplement industry as a whole, not every individual company, but as a whole, which covers most companies, they add fillers to them, which cost them nothing, but increase their profit margin. So you're putting a lot of junk, maybe empty calories into your body that your body isn't using, just taxing your pancreas and your kidneys, which could lead to long-term health problems. Have you thought about that? They also a lot of them put additives in there, and a lot of them put artificial sweeteners, and basically foods that are not really food. Foods that are produced by chemical companies. And what is the chemical company doing in any part of our food supply anyway? Maybe it makes us sick, which is great for the drug companies because then we need their drugs. So they hit us twice that way. There's a lot of junk and supplements out there. You have to do your research and buy stuff that is whole, plant-based, GMO-free. Good grief, that is so important. And also biologically available, which means it has to be processed down in a way that the enzymes are still living and whatever else is necessary so that the body can absorb that stuff and actually use it. Otherwise, it just goes right through you and into the sewage system, if you know what I mean. It's kind of gross when you think about it that way, but it's true. I'm having one hell of a hair day. All right, anyway. Where was I going with that? Okay, supplements. The other part about supplements. We do actually need them. Why do we need them? We should be able to get everything that we need from just eating regular solid foods? Yeah, we should. We should be able to, but that's just not the way that it is. Not anymore. Take the apple, for example. Today, the average apple has only about 20 or 30% of the nutritional value that an apple grown about 50 years ago had. Our nutritional requirements are still roughly the same, but there's a mass void in the nutrition that we're actually receiving. And that is one huge element as to why suddenly we had this explosion of chronic diseases and allergies and all these other health problems. I mean, have you noticed in the past 10, 15, 20 years or so that there's allergies for everything? Our public school teachers, they're no longer saddled with the burden of teaching. They actually have to be CPR certified. They have to know how to administer an EpiPen just in case a break or a reaction happens and they can save some kid's life, whether it be a peanut allergy or whatever. And diabetes and episodes of heart attacks and strokes and just, everything imaginable and then some is just going wrong with our health on a very, very large scale. We're talking hundreds of millions of people. And a drug company, major pharmaceutical, that profits right now about $500 billion a year. That is the big business of big business, and it's off of people getting sick. So have you ever wondered about all that? We have an enormous deficit of actually feeding our bodies what our bodies require to build an immune system. So now we need drugs to provide that crutch for us, which makes our immune system even more lazy and even more crippled than it already is, which means we need even more drugs. So it's a great business model for drug companies to make piles and piles of cash, $500 billion a year, by the way. Wow, what a nasty cycle that is. So the supplements and this nutritional void, one thing that supplements do when you have a good, biologically available, whole, plant-based, whole source, GMO-free, chemical-free, good supplement, what it does is it fills in the void of that nutritional gap. It helps to fill in the void. So nowadays, if you want to be in tip-top shape, great health, and perform at your best and be all that you can be, not a pitch for the Army, but to be all that you can be and to, live up to your potential, you actually do have to supplement. There's really no way around it anymore. And you can exercise all you want, but If you exercise a lot, well, then you create more of a nutritional demand. So actually, if you're not supplementing and you're exercising, how's this for a mind twist? If you're doing hard exercise and you're not doing anything to supplement, then you're actually creating a bigger nutritional void than you would be if you weren't exercising. So there's a lot of people out there who are exercising, and kudos to you guys, first of all. It's great you're making an effort, but you need to know that if you're not filling in those nutritional requirements and making up for the gap in nutrition to begin with, and the surplus of nutrition required for all the nutrients that you're going through with the hard workouts and so on, if you don't feed your body properly, then you just become more vulnerable to getting sick. And there's a lot of people that go on an exercise program of some kind who don't supplement, and they just end up getting sick. They actually weaken their defenses. Their immune system goes down, not up, and they get sick. So you got to supplement, and if you're going to be working out hard, you should probably supplement even more. So these are some really concepts. I didn't get specific on anything. I don't want to be a crutch for anybody to think. I want you to become free, independent thinkers, whether it's about this or thinking about the truth about how money really works and that it can be used as something to heal the world rather than pollute the world, even though that's typically what most people have, this negative energy towards money, and it's complete BS. But that's another video for another day. I've got plenty of videos on how money can be used for doing good things and to heal the planet. I've got plenty on that. But just be specific on this. I want you to be free, independent, human being thinkers in the planet. And if it has to come from somebody who's throwing tomatoes from the back of the classroom at the chalkboard or the whiteboard to try to disrupt average thoughts and average main school teachings, that's just killing our planet and causing all these problems. And if you don't think we're in trouble, I know you know we're in trouble. Otherwise, you would have clicked off this video by now. So congratulations. So you know that we're in trouble. And you have to start looking at what's being taught in mainstream schools and mainstream thinking and all these other kinds of things, and what most people are doing with their time, how most people spend their money and their time. And when looking at supplements in particular, you have to realize that you absolutely need to take supplements if you want to live at your best and perform and be at your best. You just have to. And if you're going to work out, you need even more. And you need to eat even more regular solid foods. And you can even explore juicing and NutriBullets and things like that. Those are all very good things. And maybe eat more plant-based, whole food, GMO-free nutrition, because a chemical company should have nothing to do with our food supply. But every time you buy food that has a chemical in it, you're actually voting for more of that garbage with how you spend your money. Your votes with your dollars mean more to this country and everybody around you. It has a bigger effect than who you vote for president. It really, honest to God, does. And voting for president is important too. Yes, it is, of course. But how you vote every day with your money, that's what industry follows. It's supply and demand. They're supplying what we're demanding, and so far we are demanding more sickness, more chronic disease, more supplements that are laden with crap that makes you sick, and so forth. I mean, just look at what we have. What we have is what we've demanded with how we spend our money. So I hope you make that connection. And the same is true for supplements. So the best way to put the profit-driven supplement suppliers out of business is to start buying the supplements that actually promote health instead of the ones that just promote a profit margin for a company that doesn't question the consequences of their profits. Support people who want to profit by adding health. Right now, the health industry is actually growing 4 times faster than the sickness industry. It wasn't always like that. So the pendulum is slowing down. And if we want that pendulum to reverse, so health takes over sickness, then we need to help people make tons of money who want to make money by spreading health. Then everybody is going to have more money and more health, and everybody's going to feel better, live better, perform better, and that's good for everybody. And then, the planet can finally start to heal. So I tied really a lot of things in together. What was originally just going to be this simple monofocus about supplements, but just about any issue that's out there can be tied into so many different things. And to be able to communicate it well which is something that I really hope that I did. And more than anything, beyond the supplements, even though it's important, I hope I got you to start thinking differently about
your relationship with money and what you're actually voting for with how you spend your money, including with the supplements and the food supply and everything else. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. The guy, the back of the classroom, the long-haired freak throwing tomatoes at the chalkboard. Go to my website, tombirkenmeyer.com. I've also got a website called, and you can apply this meaning for whatever you want, whether you love your boss or hate your boss. You just, change the meaning or keep the meaning. Fireyourboss.xyz. FIREYOURBOSS.xyz. Not .com, .xyz. And see if that doesn't challenge you to think a little bit differently than you have before, because after all, growth is only possible when you're thinking a little bit differently and getting some other people's perspectives that maybe you wouldn't have thought of on your own, whether you agree or disagree with them. They help you advance your own perspective to move forward, because I'd rather you were independent, free-thinking human beings rather than using me or anybody as a crutch to think for you. That's crazy. So I hope you dig that. And I hope you watch more of my videos, because I sure have fun making them. And I promised somebody I would give her a shout out for giving me this idea, because I posted this on Facebook. I do this every once in a while. Let's see here. Debbie Gomand. If I pronounced your name incorrectly, I apologize. But thanks for the idea. Sometimes it's really cool to just directly ask an audience for some ideas for something, just to get out of my own head. I never run short of ideas, let me tell you. There's so many endless ways, and I'll do more videos on how to get ideas. So if you're a creative person and you're ever at a mental creative block, man, I could do whole videos, a volume of videos on how to come up with content all the time, anytime you want, to get those creative juices going for whatever it is that you're doing. But having said that, I also love getting ideas just directly from other people by just asking, hey, you got any ideas? Like I did. So thanks for that, Debbie. And thanks everyone else who contributed. And I'll see you later. Bye for now.